Hello, I'm Colleen Pearl, the Cool Crone, and welcome to my channel. To all my old and new subscribers, thanks very much for joining me today. And if you're just stopping by, I hope that you will consider subscribing. Just be sure to click that notification bell so you get notified every time I upload a new video. Today's video is a pick a card for the twin flame. When will they show up? What will they be like? And generally, what is going on with my love life? Study the 4 piles. Pick the one that speaks to you. Then go down in the description box, find the listing for your pile, and click on the timestamp. That's all there is to it, and then you'll get your reading. Whenever you are viewing this video, whenever you're hearing this reading, is the right time for you to hear it. Don't worry about when it was recorded. It doesn't matter. This is the universe bringing in divine right timing for you. So, with all of that being said, let's get into your reading for twin flames. Now let's take another good look at the piles. Pile number 1 is the gold Buddha. Pile number 2 is the dragon. Pile number 3 is Ganesha. Pile number 4 is Isis. So whichever pile speaks to you, go down to the description box, located in the time-stamped list, click on it, and there's your reading. All right, this is the reading for those who picked the Buddha. The cute little Buddha. He's such a cutie. Anyway, let's talk about your twin flames, your relationships, your whatever's going on. So for the people who picked the Buddha, I'm just going to call you pile number 1. The first card up is the moon. And I have to say, the first 2 cards up are major arcana. And there's an ace in here and quite a few people cards. So I think that this reading and this issue of twin flame is really important to you. And I think that you feel like you're waiting. But I actually do feel like it is imminent that you will meet your twin flame. The first card is the moon, and the moon speaks of our emotions. We are emotional creatures. We react to things. We are affected by the moon. It affects our emotions. So right now, you may be asking a lot of questions internally of yourself. You may be doing a lot of soul searching. You may be looking within to find answers, and that's so good. That's really, really good. And that's what you should be doing. Also, caring for yourself, taking care of yourself, feeling what needs are not being met, and then meeting them for yourself. So self-care is going on for you right now. That's so, so important. And just loving yourself. The more you love, the more love you have to give. And that starts with yourself. The second card, which is your conscious thoughts, is the Hanged Man. So you know that perhaps things are a little bit different than the way you're seeing them. Or perhaps you're in the phase of changing your perspective on a particular subject, like twin flames, like relationships, like your attitude about yourself and loving yourself. So this is also really, really good and definitely the right timing for you to be hearing this reading, because you're getting a lot of input from the universe that is contrary to what you previously believed, and it's helping you to change your perspective, to change the way you look at things. So that's so, so good. The next card is the challenge. Now, for you, the challenge is going to be people telling you what they think. People in your circle, maybe younger than you, who are just not in the same mode of really searching their innermost thoughts, of being contemplative, of meditating, of communing with nature, of connecting to the universe, connecting to their higher selves. You may be surrounded by people who are a lot more mundane than that, meaning they're just in the world, earthly, normal, day-to-day kind of life thing, and they're not really looking for higher meaning. And this is disconcerting for you. This is kind of alarming for you, and it's distracting you. So I would say that to your challenge is not to blow them off or eliminate those people from your life, but just realize that, yes, there is a part of life. You still have to, I think there's a story about the old man who says, before enlightenment, I chop wood, I carry water. After enlightenment, I chop wood, I carry water. So you're still going to have to maintain your earthly duties, right? You're still going to have to eat and sleep and clothe yourself and maybe have a job and get to that job. You're still going to have to do those things. And the people like this who are more concerned with those survival things at all costs, they may be bugging you, but you're still going to have to deal with them. So you have to find a way to communicate with them, talk to them, but then go back to your higher minded work. The next card is your subconscious thoughts, and that's the Ace of Hearts. This is emotions. The moon was emotions. Your emotions are overflowing. You're getting ready for something big. And I think what you're getting ready for is a new relationship, possibly with your twin flame. I think that the Ace of Cups here shows that you are ready for love. You are truly, truly ready for love. You're ready to accept beautiful love in your life. Now, having a relationship with your twin flame, does that mean that there will be no problems in the relationship? Not at all. Your twin flame could, in fact, be somebody who is sent here in order to help you learn your lessons better. You are, after all, getting a new perspective on things in life. So, this is the perfect time for you to have a relationship, because when we're in relationship with another person, we really learn about ourselves even more. We become even more deeply aware of our habits and our traits and our opinions of things when we're in relationship. So I think this card is saying that you're really ready. The next card is your hopes and fears. And your hopes and fears are of earthly nature, but they are also about security. Will your romantic partner or twin flame, they may be one and the same person, will that partner be giving, be sharing with you? Or will they expect you to do all the giving and all the sharing, and they're not going to give very much? There is a worry about security here, but also a hope that you will have a reciprocal nature in your relationship. So this card is a little ambivalent, but I think it's a great card to have in the hopes and fears position, because it gives you a chance to really examine, again, your attitude about relationship and sharing and being vulnerable. So this is all really, really good and all in divine right timing. The next is the world around you. Well, what you see in the world around you is that everybody has to take what they can take. They need to take care of themselves. They need to fix whatever's wrong in their world, and they don't rely on other people. Sometimes it means that you can take from others because it means that then you and your family will have it, even though that family will not, which is not a very loving attitude, but it is an attitude that exists out there in the world. So you do have hopes, and you do have hopes and fears that are based on earthly matters. But the world around you is the world around you. And the world around you right now is showing you that it's very mundane. It's very dog eat dog. It's very much about, having the money to do what you need to do. It's very much about the money still. And you may be changing your attitude about life in general. You may be switching into a much more Aquarian attitude about life. So but like I said, even after enlightenment, you will still chop wood and carry water. Who is this twin flame? This is the twin flame. He may be a fire sign. He may be just a ginger. Who knows? But this is the person. This is the person, a yang energy person, somebody who is happy, who's busy, who likes to be busy, who is probably somewhat enlightened, because that's what you're attracting right now. You're getting into this, more enlightened state of mind, looking at your emotions, your intuition, your gifts and your divination. You're looking into a more philosophical way of looking at life. You're not only dealing with the earthly, although that's what you see around you every day. You're not only doing that. And I think it's interesting too that your twin flame is showing up as the King of Wands, but your challenge was the Page of Wands. So it could be that somehow these two are connected in this lifetime. So it'll be very interesting that you have to deal with the challenge of this Page of Wands, but this is your twin flame. This may be an actual man, or it just may be a woman with yang energy. You may learn a lot from this person about how to deal with the Page of Wands. So very, very interesting how that comes up there. Now, when will they come? Now, Pentacles usually represent winter time. So it could be at the end of the year, could be, winter time. And Kings usually are the end of a series. So it could be like around the holidays. That's really the time when they're coming. So you have a lot of time to sort of get ready, to be talking to your higher self, to be listening to your intuition, to be doing your meditation, to be doing your contemplation, you're getting in touch with nature, getting in touch with your higher self. You have a lot of time to do that before the end of the year. And the relationship itself is going to answer the hopes and fears here of the Six of Pentacles. The relationship itself is going to be one of nurturing and caring and security. The relationship itself is represented by the Queen of Pentacles. It's a person who is incisive, shrewd, makes good business decisions, but makes decisions. It isn't somebody who waffles. It isn't somebody who's just there for the night. This is a person who's in for the long haul. Pentacles represents the earth. It also represents old age. It represents commitment, the earth signs, logical, practical, determined, stubborn, in for the long haul, people who are really of the earth. So that's what the relationship is going to be about. So very, very interesting. Pile 1 people, best of luck to you. I wish you many, many, many happy days with your twin flame. Thanks. Okay, on to the reading for pile number 2, the people who picked the dragon. This ultra cute little dragon. Had him for years. Put him over here to kind of guide our reading. The first card is the Hermit reversed. So this is telling me that you, in this very moment of your life, are feeling not only alone, but isolated and unsure of why you are alone. It isn't necessarily your choice that you are alone. You're feeling like, okay, all those things that I felt like I needed time alone to do, I've done them. And now I'd really like not to be alone. So you are thinking very much that you would like a lover, a partner, a romantic person, a girlfriend, a boyfriend, a spouse. This is what you're really hoping for. But I'm not quite sure that you're ready for it. Okay? This is a romanticized idea and ideal for relationship. It is not necessarily working on your personal journey, which is indicated by the Hermit. So with the Hermit, we have a card that is saying, yes, you need to go within. You need to look within for answers. And then all things are possible, because you need to work on loving yourself. And indeed, the next card, which is the challenge card, is the Five of Cups. When we see the Five of Cups, we see somebody who is disappointed, who has suffered loss, who is feeling not good enough, who is feeling like perhaps they're the reason of a failure, or they're the reason for a failure. So these two cards flanking the Lover's card tells me that you're not in a great space right now to be in a relationship. You're in a space where you need to work on yourself. You need to love yourself. You need to, first of all, forgive yourself for all the things that happened to you. The things that happened to you are just things that happened to you. You didn't cause them. Nobody else caused them. But they were there to perhaps help you learn lessons. And if all they did was succeed in hurting you, then you're not ready to learn the lessons. So if you haven't had enough time to get over whatever pain, hurt, breakup, was inflicted on you, then you need that time. You need to take the time to really heal, to really get over whatever happened. And then you'll be able to ask yourself, What lessons did I learn from that? Or what lesson did I learn from that? And then you'll come back with the hermit upright. You'll come back to, oh, yes, now I need some time to contemplate that. I need some time to meditate on that. I need some time to say prayers over that. And again, it isn't that you did anything wrong. When we're thinking about learning karmic lessons and learning lessons just to progress in life, it is not about blame. It is not about finding a scapegoat and finding someone to point the finger at. It is all about you and what you are learning in this lifetime, what you need to work on, what inner work you need to do. And when you start to do that inner work and you begin to see just a tiny little bit of result, you will feel so light. You will feel so much better. And it will reaffirm to you something you probably knew as a child, that you can do anything, including healing yourself, including loving yourself, and including having a beautiful relationship with your twin flame or somebody else. Now, the next card is your subconscious thoughts, and you're just always second guessing yourself and believing that you're not working hard enough. This is the Eight of Pentacles, the hard work card, the I'm stamping out all these license plates while I'm here so I don't have to do it tomorrow card, but it's reversed. And in this reversal, it's showing me that there are many times when you're doing a job and it comes out, it comes finished, and you're not satisfied with it. You're just not satisfied with what you've done, and then you blame yourself. That's a really bad cycle. These things are not your fault. If you're doing your best and it's not coming out right, could there be another reason? Could it be that the materials are no good? Could it be that the materials are faulty? Could it be that the environment that you're in is just not conducive to you getting your work done? Could it be that they're actually not giving you enough time? Could it be that you don't have anywhere to let the product cure or dry or finish? There could be many reasons why it's not your fault that the work is not being done up to your specifications. So I would take a look at those things. I would stop blaming yourself, and I would really, really work on allowing yourself to be okay with whatever is happening, and just love yourself that way and give yourself a break. Your hopes and fears have to do with security, and I think almost everybody has this hope and fear at some point in their life. Not only do they fear not having like a place to live or a job, but they fear for their health. They fear for their feeling of security. Do they just feel safe in a relationship or just at home? And so you need to work on your own fears of, being enough. Are you safe? Are you enough? Are you lovable? This is also your hopes. You hope to have enough money. You hope to be secure. You hope to be lovable. You hope to be very healthy. So you can look at it either way. I prefer to look at things and voice them positively. I think you have a much better result when you do that. So if you are working on affirmations, make sure you write them out every once in a while and check your language to make sure that there are no negatively connotated words in that language, that everything is in really, really positive form. Even if it sounds ridiculous, even if it sounds like, saying, I am a millionaire, and you're nowhere near a millionaire, it doesn't matter. You need to tell yourself, if having money makes you feel secure and you need to strive to have a lot of money, then you just say, I am a millionaire. It isn't actually out of the realm of possibility. Lots of people all over the world become millionaires. All right, and the next card is the world around me. Now, this is not a very happy card. You're not a very happy camper at this moment. So we need to work on this. We need to work on whatever pain, and I think that this is coming from fairly recent pain, either a breakup or a death or a loss, a big loss of some kind, that you either blame yourself for or you just plain haven't had enough time to really go through the grieving process and get through it and come out the other side. So you in particular, all of my pile 2 people with the dragons, you need this dragon energy. You need this dragon strength and bravery to get back to loving yourself and not blaming yourself and allowing the world to see you as the beautiful, bright, shining dragons that you are. Now, who is this twin flame? Well, I don't think in the next 6 months or so that your twin flame is going to come. I think you've got the Justice card reversed here. So this is part of your self-fulfilling prophecy. If you do not think that you're worthy of your twin flame, of course your twin flame will not show up. And that's really what Justice in this instance is telling me, that you're feeling like you don't deserve to have that person show up in your life. So you need to work on all of this stuff. You need to work on loving yourself. You need to work on accepting yourself. You need to work on not blaming yourself for things that have gone wrong. All right? You are perfect exactly as you are right now, even with all these things that need to be worked on. You are still perfect because this is a part of your journey. And as you go along your journey, you will progress and you will change and you will grow. But not if you keep beating yourself up and telling yourself that you're to blame for any bad thing that happens to you. That just isn't true. Now, when will your twin flame person come? Well, the Queen of Wands shows up. Wands to me are springtime. So, but she is reversed. So it's either spring of 2022 or maybe even spring of 2023. But I think she will come in the springtime. And it's a yin energy. So if it's not a female for you, it could be just somebody who has a lot of yin energy. Wands are usually a fire energy, a fire sign. So Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries. But you'll know this person because there'll be a lot of fun. They'll like to stay very, very busy. They will know everybody else's business. They will, not that they're big gossips, they just like to stay on top of what is everybody doing. It's a friendly energy, not a gossipy, manipulative energy. Busy, busy, busy. This is a person who always has to stay busy, but loving and kind and very intuitive. So it'll be you'll recognize this person because they're a lot of fun. And one thing that I want to emphasize is you want to do all this stuff before you meet your twin flame. Meeting your twin flame and having a real honest to goodness relationship here on earth with your twin flame is a gift. And you don't want to blow it by not being ready and not being able to recognize that when you meet this twin flame person, you got to drop everything and get into a relationship with them. This is one of the most important things in your life, right? So you don't want to waste this opportunity. So you do want to be loving and lovable. You want to accept yourself. You want to understand that you're in the perfect place at the perfect time for your perfect journey right then. You want to not be blaming yourself for things. In other words, you don't want to be, a sad sack feeling sorry for yourself person when you meet this wonderful, effervescent, joyous, beautiful, very yin fire sign person. You want to be ready for that person, ready to take on the twin flame relationship with them. Now, what is the relationship going to be like? It's going to be exciting. It's going to be going a mile a minute and then kind of a stop, right? Not the relationship itself stop, but the activity in the relationship is going to be like a whole lot of stuff and then stop, a whole lot of stuff and then stop, because actually the Chariot is reverse in this reading. But and again, this does not mean that the relationship stops and starts. It's the activity in the relationship will stop and start and stop and start. So kind of fun. It won't be too exhausting. If you're not a fire sign yourself and you don't have that high level of energy that most fire signs do, then you'll still be able to keep up, because there will be those moments of stopping and resting and respite that you get out of this. But very exciting. And, it's a journey. It's the Chariot, right? The two of you will be on a journey together. You'll be complementing one another. We've got the dark and the light here. You're going to be complementing one another. You're going to be understanding one another. Very, very, very exciting. So that's what we're going to get for the dragon, for the people who chose pile 2, which is the cute little dragon here. And best of luck to all of you. Many blessings. Okay, this reading is for the people who chose pile number 3, Ganesha. My little Ganesha here. And here we go. So the first card is the significator for you. This is the Two of Swords. And the Two of Swords is somebody who's trying to make a decision, trying to figure out what it is that they need to do. And there is quite a few pentacles in this reading, and I'm going to say that this person is a little bit tied back, that you, pile 3 people, you're a little bit tied down by the material concerns of your life, and not necessarily devoted, and not necessarily devoted to the spiritual leanings of your life, which is putting you at a crossroads. It's putting you in a conundrum. It's making you feel that you can't do anything right, and that's not true. You can make decisions, but I'm not sure that you have fully all the information that you need right now. So that's one thing, is that you need to take off that blindfold, really look at the choices that you've been making and the choices that you're going to be trying to make in the future, and get more of a guideline for your values. Get your horoscope done or something. See where your values really lie as far as who you are, not who your parents are or your neighbors or the people you work with or for, but what are your real values? And get clear on that. And then making decisions will be much easier for you, pile number 3 people who chose Ganesha. Now, your conscious thoughts are that you need to work hard and do a good job. That way you'll get rewards. But if we're looking at things in a more metaphysical way, if we're looking at things on a more spiritual plane, we will come to understand that we are perfect now. We don't have to work harder at being who we are. We can sure work hard at our job, try to produce a good product, whatever that may be in our jobs, but it does not mean that achieving something really great in our job makes us a better person. We are already good people. We already are in the perfect place at the perfect time for our life. Our journey is already perfect for who we are and what we're trying to do in this lifetime. Not necessarily materially achieving, but spiritually achieving for ourselves. Now, the challenge here is that you believe in the rules. You really, really, really believe that there are rules that you're supposed to follow. That's what the Hierophant is telling us, that there's rules that you're supposed to follow. And if you follow those rules, you will get a good reward. But that isn't always the case. Lots of people have followed the rules and not gotten anything for it. So the rules in this case are there for mundane earthly behavior, but not spiritual evolvement. So if you really want to evolve spiritually, you have to understand what your values are and then live by those values. Now, your subconscious thoughts, you know you're basically a really good person. You know that you deserve nice things. You deserve to be comfortable. You deserve good relationships. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to have nice clothes and a nice home. And if you choose to work, you deserve to have a job that's enjoyable to do. You know that subconsciously. You're very, very aware of that. Now, in the hopes and fears category, we've got the King of Wands here. And kings are usually a level of release. This is where we get to at the king level when we're ready to move on to something else. So the kings are the culmination point. They're the peak, right? And wands are intuition and inspiration and fire, impulsive action, creativity, dramatic action, dramatic relationships, but fiery and loving and warm, right? So your hopes and fears encompass all of that. Are you afraid to move on? Are you afraid to culminate and be finished with the current thing that you're doing now? If you're afraid of that, then ask yourself why. Why are you afraid to make these decisions? Why is it so hard for you to make these decisions? And would it be easier for you to make these decisions if you weren't facing coming to the end of the road? Maybe that's what's got you freaked out. But figure out what it is that's got you really frightened, and then maybe it's not so scary to move on, because you are moving on. You are definitely moving on to a new chapter in your life. Things are changing. Things are moving for you. You are no longer going to be able to live the way you used to live. Good or bad, things are going to change. Not necessarily that they're going to go from good to bad, but however you have been doing things up until now, this is definitely coming to an end. The King of Wands says that it's the end of a chapter, and the Wheel of Fortune says that things are moving on. It's moving on. So now we come to the card that says, who is this twin flame? And to you, the twin flame is security. Security, good health, not having to worry about money, being at ease in life. And so this person is going to come across to you as sort of the answer to these kinds of prayers. But I'm telling you, until you're ready to accept and allow this person in, it ain't going to happen. You have to believe that it's not just the rules and hard work that are going to get you where you want to go. You are getting you where you want to go. You need to encourage yourself to love yourself and accept yourself. Once you can accept yourself, then you will be able to accept the twin flame person into your life and have a relationship with them. And let's talk about the relationship with the twin flame. Twin flame relationships are not always going to be just, rainbows and unicorns. There's going to be work involved in that relationship too. And very often the twin flame has come into your life to complement you in such a way as to help you learn lessons. Lessons are not easy. It's not always pleasant to learn lessons. So don't believe that the twin flame relationship is just going to be, la la la, dancing through a field of daisies every day. That's not really it. When will they come? Well, wands are springtime. Wands represent the beginnings of things. Now, this is the 6th of Wands. There's some tarot card readers who would say, okay, the 6th week of spring. But are we counting spring from 0 degrees of Aries, when Aries starts? Or are you counting spring from Imbolc, when the very beginnings of spring start poking up through the snow? Right? So it's a little hard. This is why timing is so hard in tarot, because we can't even agree on these things. When does spring start? Right? So don't worry so much about that. Just know that it's probably almost a year away, because we're at the end of spring, almost the beginning of summer. So this is either that it's going to happen tomorrow, which is not my intuitive feeling about this reading, but by next year. By next year, you should be ready. You should be ready with your values. You should be ready with your choices. You should be ready with your culminations and your turning of the Wheel of Fortune. You should be ready by next year. And by next year, this will be you. This will be you, riding in on the white horse, holding your laurel crown on your head and on your pole. I just think it will be beautiful. So this should not be a disappointment. This should be an excitement that, okay, I have time to get ready for this, because you're going to need time to get ready for it. The relationship itself will be very comforting. The King of Cups brings us ultimate parenting, really, but I don't think the relationship that you have is going to be like a child-parent relationship. It will be a romantic relationship, very emotionally fulfilling. That's what the King of Cups is. He's very emotionally fulfilling. So there's a richness there. There's a comfort there. There's a level of trust and the ability to be vulnerable that I don't think you have ever experienced. And so that's very, very exciting and hopeful for you. All of you people who picked pile 3, my little Ganesha people. This is a beautiful, beautiful representation of what this relationship can be. So please don't take this reading as being a downer. It's not hopeless. It's really, really hopeful. You have so much that you need to work on. However, now we know what we need to work on. You can do this, and then you're going to get your person. Now, your person is not going to look like this. It's not necessarily a King of Cups, but your person is going to represent to you the beginning of security. You're going to feel so safe and secure with this person. That's what you're going to. And notice they don't even give you a face. They don't even give you a face name. They just give you the Ace of Cups. It's a brand new beginning, a beginning of security. So that's what we have for pile 3, everybody who picked Ganesha. I'm so excited for you. I think this is going to be really, really terrific for you. You have a great year ahead of you, and let's see what happens. Okay, this is for everybody that picked pile 4, which was Isis. And here's Isis right here. She's going to stand by for us. All right, so for everybody who picked Isis, I just want to tell you that almost every reading today has gotten this card. So people, get over the rules. There are no rules for the twin flame hookup. Playing by the rules is not what this is about. Following rules is not what this is about. Follow your intuition. Follow your heart. Follow your guides, your angels, your higher self. Looking at the rules is not going to get you where you need to go. And if you're the kind of person that just has to have a guidebook and a rule, write your own. Write your own. And then you can follow those rules. Your conscious thoughts are that, justice, it's about time. I deserve this. I should have this person in my life. I shouldn't have to struggle so long and be by myself. Well, being in a relationship with your twin flame may not be a bed of roses. I mean, it may be a relationship where you're forced to learn many, many, many lessons, and it's only because of the way that you relate to your twin flame partner that you're able to learn them. But it may not be entirely, like I said, a bed of roses. It may be kind of tough. Now, the challenge here is that certain things will have to be let go. Now, you're looking at this and you're saying, wait, Colleen, this is a king. Yeah, kings are the end of the line, right? They're the end of the suit. You have 1 through 10, and then you have, the court cards and the king being the highest. King of Wands means that something has to be burned away. Something has to be let go of. And that's the challenge for you. Now, you're saying that it's about time. It's only right. It's only just that I finally get my partner. But you're the one who wants to follow a rule book, and there is no rule book. And so part of what you're going to have to burn away, I'm afraid, is the idea that you have to follow the rules, and then you'll get what you want. That playing by the rules is the way to get what you want. No, that isn't the way it works. But, that's what you're going to have to learn in order to attract and allow in. So that's what you're going to have to learn in order to attract or allow in your twin flame relationship. It's just really, really important that you let that go. Then we come to your subconscious thoughts, which is the 10 of Cups. So you do really love yourself. You do know that happiness exists in your life, and you've had real, true happiness in your life before. You know what it is to just accept yourself and love yourself and be there with yourself. And you probably know what it is like to have a really nice relationship with a person where they share those values and that love with you. Here's the thing. For whatever reason, you don't have that now and you're wanting it. So you do need to realize that as we go through our life, we change. And it's not just stages of life, it's our individual journey. We change, we grow, our relationships change and grow. And each time we find ourselves in a different stage of a relationship, a different kind of relationship, we need to assess, what it is that we're doing spiritually and where else can we grow given this relationship. We go into relationship with another person in order to grow. It isn't just to stay the same. It isn't just to, pay the rent or pay the mortgage and, pay half the bills. That isn't the reason we go into relationship. Your hopes and fears, though, your hopes are that somebody will just take care of you, or that you'll just find somebody who will let you take care of them. It's hopes and fears in this position. So it depends on how you look at this card. Are we basing all of our relationships just on material needs? I know I've done that. I've been in relationships where I said, yeah, I think I love the guy, but more than that, it's going to just make a big difference monetarily in my life, and it's going to make me and my girls' lives just so much easier. So I'm going for it. And that wasn't a very good reason to be in that relationship. And it did end. But I mean, I got 10 years out of it. So it wasn't that bad, but it wasn't that fulfilling either. And so if what you're looking for is a handout or someone to take care of you, that's a little bit different thing than having a real relationship, and especially a relationship with a twin flame that's going to be so deep, so meaningful for you. So just be careful about your hopes and fears. Just be careful about what you're wishing for. And by the way, most people don't need someone else as an adult to take care of them. What they need is love. And it starts with you. You love yourself, and then you're able to allow someone in to also love you, and you love them back. Now, the world around you. The world around you, pardon my language, but it's a show. It's hard right now. The world is at a space where so many people have been sick. There have been so many natural disasters that have displaced people. There's been so much violence going on. A lot of people are just like this every night. And that's the world that we're in. So no wonder you're looking for a little bit of comfort and stability. I think a lot of people are looking for this. And I'm not judging you for this. Like I said, I did it too. Um, but you can take care of yourself. Here's the thing with this is that give yourself time to heal. All the stuff that's happened to us since the beginning of 2020 has been horrible. It's been horrible. Let yourself heal. Give yourself time to heal. And if you need help, ask for it. Find somebody that you can talk to if it's really this bad. Don't suffer. You don't need to suffer. There's plenty of people out there to talk to. Okay. Who is the twin flame? The rock star of twin flames. This person is going to be just so into your whole metaphysical thing. They're going to be so into all of your spiritual leanings. They're going to really complement you. You got the dark, you got the light. You got the in, the out, the up, the down. This is a yin energy, not necessarily a female, but a yin energy, and somebody who really delves into the mysteries. So this is the person that, this may be hard for you. Somebody, he or she may actually talk in riddles, or they may actually talk in riddles. That's how mysterious they may be. So are you ready for that? You got to be ready for that. You got to be ready. You got to be ready for the fact that rules, oh, hell no. No, this is not a person that plays by the rules. This is a person who makes rules and then doesn't tell you what they are and then expects you to just intuit what they are or telepathically understand what they are. This is a challenging but very, very exciting person. Deep, deep trust, vulnerability, love, intuition, just beautiful, beautiful emotions there with the High Priestess card. When will they come? I don't know why you got the Judgment card. I really don't. But that's the card that came up. I mean, this doesn't mean that you're waiting until Judgment Day or death, to find this person. But you may feel like there is a moment of justice or judgment coming about when you meet this person. So I have no time frame for you whatsoever. None. You'll know. And what will the relationship be like? Well, initially, it will feel like a bit of an investigation or an interview all the time. But really, what this relationship will be like is nothing but truth. You will be allowed to be totally yourself. They will totally be themselves. You will know one another. Swords are intelligence and knowing. You will know one another very, very well. You will be able to speak the truth to one another. No games. Probably very little drama in the relationship. So if you're a drama person, you got to drop that too before you meet them. Very interesting. Enlightened. Very enlightened. and it's an ace. So it's a real, true new beginning for you. Very, very exciting. Very, very happy for you. Okay, so pile number 4, the Isis crowd. Very interesting reading for you. All 4 of the readings are very interesting. Everybody's got a lot of work to do, but very exciting in preparation for meeting and getting together with your twin flame. So best of luck to all of you, and take care.